G'day world and welcome back to Stuff We Do, where we do all the knife stuff you love. Knife reviews, knife tests, knife modifications and outdoor stuff with knives. Today we're not looking at knives specifically, although I do have this thing in my pocket. It is the Pickled Steel Submarine 9CR18 Submarine. I love this thing. Awesome knife. Check the full video on this thing. Okay, today we're actually just talking about a few finds. Things I got from my parents as they are getting older. Hopefully they'll move someday because they can't stay in a rural area anymore. It's getting quite dangerous and they had a break-in. There's a house close to them or outside, but it's still on their property. Whatever. So after our training day the other day, we had to go back, and me and my brother, we were welding burglar bars and things that were broken off and doors that were broken, whatnot. Anyway, we're not talking about that. Today we're talking about the stuff I got from them. Okay, first thing I want to show you is this marvelous thick piece of brass, and it's Paul Kruger. Paul Kruger, a very interesting guy. He was the president of the Zuid-Afrikaanse Republiek, the South African Republic. That was Old Transvaal, 1883 to 1904, I'm going to say. I might be lying. He ended up in Switzerland where he died. Yes, there was this one story that I always liked when I was small. He was hunting. This was now before he went into politics and things, and the gun exploded or something, and his thumb was halfway off, and then he just took out his pocket knife and removed the whole thing. Okay. Yes, quite interesting guy, old Boer leader. So I got this thing, and because Paul is a family name in our family, yeah, I've always liked him. Anyway, so this thing will be buffed up a bit and put up somewhere outside. It's quite big, about 20-something centimeters that way, and I think 16 this way. You can still find these things because there were thousands of them made. He was a very popular political figure, especially during the Boer War. But anyway, here in South Africa always. And we still have him standing in Church Square in Pretoria. A big statue, not him. Anyway, so this thing will go up somewhere here by my house. Now, I actually want to show you my cast iron pots. You know, I'm a collector of cast iron pots, pans, three-legged pots, flat-bottomed pans. I think you call them pans, pots, flat-bottomed pots. Yeah, let's go with that. So yes, let me go show you a few that I got now. Okay, so while I was rambling, I don't know if I actually told you, but it's like Friday morning and it's 8 o'clock. Excuse me. Somewhere around there. Now, in South Africa, the main pots you're going to find here will be Falkirk. They were made in Durban. The idea for these three-legged pots came from, what do you call that place? The Netherlands. In the 17th century, 16-something, most likely with Jan van Riebeeck and his guys. And then after that, yes, potjiekos and, well, anything you can put in a pot and any way you can make it is at this stage potjiekos. Anyway, so Falkirk, made in Durban up until 1992. Then after that, I think a place in Zimbabwe bought the rights or whatever. But they also liquidated a few years after that, so you won't get any more of these Falkirk pots. In the previous videos where I restored some of these, I showed you Bush Baby and those guys. Anyway, but we're not talking about that today. Anyway, this is a cast iron, bit of rust, but nothing much, so we won't be doing a restoration video again. This is the number 2 size, wonderful size for a family. Although they say this thing can feed 8 people. Just don't fill it up when you make it. Anyway, these ones I love. This is my second aluminum one. Okay, so these guys we bought many years ago in Mozambique. Everything is aluminum and it weighs a fraction of this thing. Same size, number 2. But like I said, no-name brand made there in Mozambique, but the aluminum just makes it easier to take with. This is quite a cool one. It's one of these flat bottomed ones. Yeah, these things just need to be cleaned up and re-seasoned, but they will season themselves after a while. Let me just see. Okay, so this is like nothing on it. Don't know where it comes from. Okay, this lid is for a Falkirk number 6, but you can see it has been broken. Now my father at some stage looks like he was sticking this stuff together with what do you call that stuff, Bradley steel. Now I will brace that thing and whatnot, but we'll do that in a different video. And then this pot I want to show you, nice cast iron one, but this one is 4.5 quarter Dutch oven, made in Taiwan. Okay, so that's quite nice. Now the cool thing about this size is that the number 3 pot lid fits on it perfectly. Okay, now let's go to the number 3 pot quickly. Oh, that's a good way of storing them to keep rust out until they get wet and then they rust like jam. Okay, this is number 3 size, so it's quite a bit bigger than the number 2, but this is a JMI. I do not have any information on JMI. I think it's also something made here in South Africa, but I cannot say for certain. It might also be from India, I don't know. But anyway, nice big... What's that thing? Oh, it's the other part of this thing. See? Okay, good job. Okay, so this guy, quite big, quite nice. And if you want to feed, I don't know, 12 people, then this thing will work for you. Okay, the guy with with the weed eater chased me away. Okay, yes, we're not going to cook anything with it now. I'll show you footage of me going home and what we did there. And then upcoming video, I made resin and seaweed, okay? And over here I am carving a piece of fat wood. Okay, so I will explain all of that to you later. That's not for today's video. Okay, today we are going to my parents' place. Okay, we are now almost there. Okay, everything is looking quite dry and dead because it's winter, but it's still beautiful. Okay, so here we go. Turning in. Let me show you some high-tech technology from 1980. Yeah, do you remember these printers? Okay, we have some nice smoked pork ribs and what's that stuff? Wors. Delicious. Okay, 8:30 in the morning here at my parents' place, and we are making breakfast braai. Okay, let me show you this thing again. This is one of these Belladios. I cannot remember what wood this guy has. These are wonderful sod buster looking knives. Fantastic value for money. Go check my videos on these guys. Belladio, I cannot remember. I did a few videos on them. Okay, while we are standing here looking at the cattle, I need to show you what Grandma gave my son. Okay, this thing my brother bought somewhere, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Malawi, one of the places we went when I was small, I cannot remember, and now she's given it to my 6-year-old son. Beautifully carved thing. Maak oop. Maak oop.
Dit is 'n stok.
Okay, so it looks like a stick, and then all of a sudden we get this murderous looking thing. And it's very sharp. Nice. Okay, my kids are feeding a rabbit, and I think today has come to an end, and this was lovely. Okay, if you have made it till this the end of this video, you are fantastic. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Lots of videos coming up. Goodbye.